Hello everyone, welcome to part 4 of lecture 9. So in this video, we're going to talk about two terms, which is the contango and backwardation. So these are the terms that we may encounter when working with futures contract. So let's look at these terms. First, contango means that the futures contract price is higher than the current spot price of the underlying assets, right? So it is higher than the asset price, and we also have the related term, which is normal contango. The futures price is higher than the expected spot price of the underlying assets, right, in the future. So this describes bull markets, means that we expect the asset price to increase in the future. That's why the futures price is higher than the current spot price. Backwardation means means the other way around. So the futures contract price is lower than the current spot price of the underlying assets due to a sort of bearish perspective on the future assets price. And normal backwardation means that the futures contract price is lower than the expected spot price of the underlying assets, right? So let's look at two examples. So first on contango, this describes the price dynamics of the futures contract in contango. So we have the two graphs here. On the left, we have a graph on the current time snapshot, so which is the current time point, and different dots represent different futures contract. So they are different because they have a different maturity. So this is the price of futures contracts at this maturity. This is longer maturity, for example, in 2 months, in 3 months, right? So this is the price of the futures contract at the current time point, right, with no maturity. So in other words, this point represents the spot price of the underlying assets. So the longer we go, right, the further we go into the future, the more expensive the future contract is, right? So that's what happens in contango. Now, let's look at what happens as we shift in time. So we move forward in time. This curve, right? This curve represents the evolution of the spot price of the underlying asset. So it fluctuates because there's a randomness in the asset price, right? But what's interesting is what happens to these dots. So if we look at the initial time point, which is 0, right? At this 0 point, we have 3 contracts. So this is the current asset price, and we have 2 different futures contracts. This is the longer maturity dates. This is shorter maturity dates, which are placed above the current spot price, right? This is above. However, what happens is that as we move forward in time, for example, at 1 month later, what happens is that the futures price for this futures contract will slowly gradually converge to the spot price at the delivery date, right? So they have to be equal to each other, which means they will need to converge to each other at the exact delivery date, because at that point, for a futures contract with no maturity, that's just equal to the spot price of the underlying assets. So this is a downward movement for the futures contract, which gradually converges to the spot price at the future date, which is the settlement date. Similarly for this one as well, so it takes longer to converge, but it will converge to the spot price of the assets at the maturity dates. So this describes the price movements over time. This is across time. This is at one point in time different products, different futures products. Similarly, we have the illustration for the price dynamics in backwardation. So here we are going bearish. So the longer we go, the lower the price of the futures contract. Right. So that's the price curve for different for the futures contracts with different maturities. The longer we go, the lower the price. However, if you look at the price movement, so this is a price curve which represents the evolution of the spot price of the underlying assets. Then, since that we need to require the futures price equal to the spot price at maturity, then this curve will move up, right? So this will move up and gradually converge to the spot price. Same here, so the price will move up and gradually converge to the spot price at the end of the investment period, which is the maturity dates or the settlement dates. Right, so this is what happens in backwardation. All right, so that's just some technical terms which will be good to be familiar with. All right, that's it for this video, and thanks for watching.